What's good, Relentless Gang? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left. Yes, Sirski. All right, so you guys, hot off the press, we have a new one about Diddy. It's called Report. A new report confirms that Bad Boy artists avoided Diddy when he was drunk. This tells me Diddy comes out the closet when he's intoxicated. It's like he's like to have a feminine alter ego type thing, bro. And the alcohol brings it out. I've seen Drink Champs. I've seen Diddy have different interviews. He says very sus things, sober. So I can imagine when he's intoxicated. Wowzers. But we're going to check this one out, man. Thank you for all the support and all the love. You guys showed me a lot of love this past couple of weeks. Thank you so much. Let's keep the ball rolling. We want to roll to 20K. We right around the corner. We knocking on 20K door, bro. Once again, thank you so much to each and every one. Round of applause to you guys, bro. Let's get it.
You from the ghetto? You like?
Yeah, like you know what would come.
So we got Mace $1 million worth of game.
Everybody is
doing the interview.
Away with it. Everybody. So me quitting.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm frustrated. I really need.
Hey, yo, R.I.P. to
your
Craig
advice
Mack,
and your
man.
love right now.
You needed to leave Bad Boy to move on to the next chapter.
It was probably after the argument with Diddy, when Styles threw the chair at Puff.
Thanks to Sean Diddy Combs' foresight and management of Bad Boy Records, the label became a major player in the rap music industry in the 1990s. Mace, a former member of Bad Boy, claims that Diddy had a dark side that made his own musicians afraid. Mace revealed in a recent interview that even the most assured musicians would be scared by Diddy's erratic conduct when he was inebriated. What happened when Diddy had too much to drink, and how did that change things at Bad Boy? Mace lets us in on a little secret, so keep your ears and eyes out for some sizzling news. We've all seen what happens when Diddy drinks, and it's not pretty. He becomes completely insane. When Diddy gets inebriated, he acts and says in ways that are notably different from his normal, sober self. But things have gotten 10 times worse as other celebs have opened up about their fears of an inebriated Diddy.
Mr. Lee, yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy,
Sus.
I like when you.
Puff Daddy's Bad Boy
sus.
record label was a major player in the music industry in the mid-1990s, thanks to artists like Mace, Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, Craig Mack, and the late, great, notorious B.I.G. But in the early 2000s, he quit the band because of Diddy's odd behavior, which affected him and the band's other well-known musicians.
In suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and raped them. Like, damn.
Bad Boy Records produced consistent tunes that flooded dance floors and radio stations throughout their heyday. In addition, Diddy's proteges dominated the airwaves with music videos that were both visually striking and explosive.
Even Bad Boy, compare the Only You video to Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. And then Bad Boy sets the tone so early.
Behind the shiny veneer, though, was a world of shadows, and allegations abounded about the way Diddy handled his artists. A ridiculously high number of Bad Boy artists have either prematurely departed away, gone bankrupt, or spent considerable time in prison as the years have passed.
And the ones that didn't went bankrupt, the ones that didn't do time in prison, ended up deceased. But that's tragic, man, for a man with such power and such talent to manipulate his artists. Especially when he's under the influence, he becomes this monster, bro. Like, not only just a monster, but a funny bunny. I mean, I'm just being honest, a funny bunny monster, bro. That's crazy, man. I think he had problems way before the music thing, man. Had to be. I don't think it's just the money and the power. It was something in this guy from day one. Got to be, man. The way he acts and carry on, bro. It got to be something inside of him. His brain his alter ego is feminine, and his power is abused.
Furthermore,
this is crazy.
A disproportionate number of Diddy's former performers have given up music to focus on their faith. However, one must wonder why. Bad Boy Records' first two signees were rappers Craig Mack and Mace. Mack's career had been heading in a promising direction, but it suddenly began to spiral downward. Skeptics claim that his career was doomed from the start. No one knows for sure what would have happened if Diddy hadn't pushed aside Craig Mack and found the notorious B.I.G. Because of that, he made an attempt on Craig's life. The fact that Craig Mack spent his entire life being mocked for being ugly in hip-hop media didn't help matters, and Mack could not take the rudeness any longer after this. Even people of his own race were criticizing him. And you can thank Diddy for it because Diddy never showed up to help defend Craig while Biggie was killed. Also relevant is the fact that Mack was hesitant to adopt Diddy's vision for commercially viable rap. Mack did not approve of Diddy's immoral gay parties, excessive drinking, or attempts to exert power over the artists. Mack's collapse can be traced back to his decision to oppose Diddy. He felt he had no choice but to leave Bad Boy Records, so he did. Not only that, but he also indicated someone was out to get him and that he was being threatened. I caught a couple of threats, a couple of passes-by in the streets. Here's a hint that tells us Diddy issued these death threats. But Diddy's avarice was satisfied, and Biggie became one of the most infamous rappers ever, thanks to this episode. Craig Mack, however, was not the type to idly watch the world go to hell. In a video published by the Overcomer Ministry, a South Carolina Christian sect that has been called a cult by some of its ex-members, he decided to reappear in public. Craig Mack performed some ministry duties in this clip. Did you notice how active Craig was? That bad guy Diddy sure did try to damage him. As a result of these odd incidents, a rumor circulated about a bad boy curse, in which every performer on Bad Boy Records would suddenly quit their band for the same reason. However, the residents of Mace had a difficult time accepting the fact. Speculation about Mace's sudden departure from Bad Boy also sparked a firestorm of controversy, and now everyone was wondering what could have possessed a 19-year-old rapper by the name of Mace to wake up one day and say, "I'm done with Bad Boy. You know what? I want to get out of this shit and be a minister." The reasons Mace gave for leaving were not enough to convince everyone. Puffy does not let people out of their contracts so easily, claims a Bad Boy insider. He had Mace under contract for a long time. You let somebody walk into your office and say, "I don't want to be under contract no more," and you just say, "Okay, go ahead." I think Mace had something over him, some little secret that Puffy did not want to get out, and he used it as a bargaining chip to get out of that record deal. Fans also
That had to be what it is, bro. Because none of his artists really left as easy as Mace, bro. Especially the Locks, bro. He held, bro. He had the Locks by the balls, man. Shout out to DMX, man. DMX took the Locks in on Rough Riders somehow or another. He made it happen, or they made it happen. The Locks left Bad Boy to become on the DMX's label, Rough Riders. We Are the Streets was the first album. That album is fire. If you never heard of the Locks album, We Are the Streets, go on Spotify or YouTube or somewhere and check it out. That's their first album that was on Rough Riders label.
Expressed their frustration with Diddy over this occurrence. As one person put it, "Sad thing is that with all that talent and those hits, Bad Boy could have been unstoppable and bigger than Def Jam. Puffy's greed and determination to keep his own artists from eating is catching up to him. We see him abusing alcohol a lot more, and he's spiraling. Not to mention all of his secrets are illuminating. His time is surely coming. Therefore, when he is drunk, he is capable of anything." The relationship between Mace and Bad Boy remained cordial despite his departure from the label until the time of the 2020 Grammy Awards at least. You may recall that during his acceptance speech at the Grammys, Diddy said, "I'm being honored."
What if you could make a couple extra $1,000 a month using one little app on your phone? Well, I want to show you.
Honored by the industry that I love, the family that I love, but there's an elephant in the room, and it's not just about the Grammys. There's discrimination and injustice everywhere. Mace may not have agreed with Diddy, but he did strike a chord with many other artists. Not only that, but Mace also admitted that he was underpaid and disrespected by Diddy. And the evidence is right here. Mace then took to Instagram to announce his success in reclaiming publication rights from his Mo Money Mo Problems co-conspirator. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artist and been extremely unfair to the very same artist that helped you obtain that Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label, he said. For example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago in which you gave me $20K, which makes me never want to work W/U as any artist wouldn't. After you know someone is robbing you and tarnishing your name when you don't want to comply, W/horrendous business model. But there's more to this story than meets the eye, as Mace recently revealed that even the most self-assured artists would be terrified of Diddy's unpredictable behavior when he was intoxicated. You may have heard that Usher was coerced into maintaining a creepy relationship with Diddy, including having sexual encounters with him. Usher's success in the R&B industry was predicted from an early age. L.A. Reid, an executive at a recording label, was so impressed by Usher's musical ability when he was a youngster that he encouraged him to create his own unique educational experience, which became known as Puffy Flavor Camp. Then, at the height of Bad Boy Records' success, he was sent to New York City to stay with Puffy so that he could see firsthand what it took to make it in the music business. Usher stated this fact while describing the illustrious roster of hip-hop stars and bad boy recording artists that frequently visited Puffy's house. Former CEO of LaFace Records, who had considered dropping Usher, revealed that Diddy had convinced him to keep the kid on the label. He said, "I wanted to drop him. I wanted to be out of business with him. I broke his heart. I broke his mother's heart. It was a very tough period in both our lives." He added, "Then someone said to me, 'Don't be a fool. Don't sell your stock in Usher. He's still going to be a star. He's everything you thought he was the day you signed him.'" And that person was Diddy. One of Usher's fans then added, "All evil comes to an end. Goodness will forever be above evil." But Diddy's wicked interactions don't stop with Usher. And this isn't the worst thing he can do when he's tipsy. Even when completely inebriated, Diddy is still a dangerously violent man. The identity of Biggie's killer has been a mystery up until this point. There are, however, some incredibly upsetting details to this story as well. The former bodyguard for Diddy, Gene Deal, has claimed that the notorious B.I.G.'s murderer did not kill him in a drive-by shooting, but rather waited for him all night. The FBI claims that Wallace was a passenger in a Chevrolet Suburban when a Chevy SS Impala pulled up to them at a red light and started the fire. After attending a party at the Peterson Automotive Museum, Wallace decided to head home. Diddy followed him out of the party, feeling similarly inebriated. Since Diddy was too tipsy to operate the vehicle, Deal did it instead. What's more astonishing is that Deal told the FBI that he and Diddy were following closely behind Biggie's automobile at the time of the incident. I mean, can Diddy really be any worse? He had even murdered for the sake of murdering Craig. He's a vile human being who went insane under the influence of alcohol and murdered his own creative team. And Mace knew all the dirt that lay beneath Diddy's happy exterior. Mace gives a voice to the words of disregarded artists everywhere. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.
Wow, bro, that is crazy, boy. Diddy is a pure monster, bro. Wow, bro. That's a lot of information, man. So basically, we already know he's a creepy guy. He had Biggie, allegedly had Biggie killed. Allegedly. I wasn't there. He ran his artists in the hole. He raped them financially. And probably raped them physically. Wow. If that ain't a monster, bro, I don't know exactly what it is, bro. But all evilness do come to an end. And for this things to start to resurface, even with the Kim Porter, his kid's mom, I'm hearing that case is reopening and they looking at, bro, they about to R. Kelly Diddy, for real. They about to do him dirty, I believe. Soon to come, bro. Everything that's done in the dark, it shall come to the light. R.I.P. to Craig Mack, man. R.I.P. to Biggie. Shout out to the rest of the Bad Boys artists who escaped out and made it.